Welcome back, guys. Today I am going to guide you how you can monitor Amazon Virtual Private Cloud using Wazuh. How you can be able to see the logs and monitor the logs using Wazuh. Okay, for the Amazon configuration point of view, what you have to do first, you have to create a new bucket or you can choose an existing bucket. If you want to create a new bucket, you can follow this guidance. Go what you have to do in the section. We will see how to create these data containers, right? We are doing first, we are configuring an S3 bucket in the Amazon. We will go to the service, then we will go to the storage option. Then we will click on this S3 bucket option, as you can see here. Next, what you have to do, click on to create bucket, create a new bucket, give it a name, then click on the create bucket. Note down the bucket ARN because it might be needed later. It will be needed, right? The question is why we are creating S3 bucket. We are creating this bucket to store the logs. Then we will configure in the Wazuh using this bucket. The bucket who have the VPC logs, right? If you want to create a new bucket, these were the steps. Okay, and the further process is this: we will go to the services, we will go to the compute, or then we will go to select EC2. Then what we will go next do to go to the network security network interface. On the left menu, select a network interface and select a and create a flow log on the action menu. Okay, change all the fields to look like the following screenshot and paste the ARN of the previously created bucket. Right, we will paste this ARN of the existing bucket or the one we have newly created. Then we have to create an policy. To create a policy using the Amazon Web Services console, you can follow this guidance. Take into the account that the policy below follow the principle of least privilege to ensure that only minimum permission are provided to the Wazuh user. While we are creating this policy, we are going to allow a user to read the logs from the Amazon account and the S3 buckets, right? To allow an user AWS user to use the module with read-only permission, it must have the policy like the following attach. Okay, how we can create policy using JSON editor. We will go to our Amazon account, then we will go to the IAM user. In the navigation pane on the left, choose policy. We will first create a particular policy and then we will attach that policy to an existing user we have created in the Amazon before, or we are going to attach this policy to a new user, right? We will create the policy. In the policy editor you will see the JSON option. Then what we will do, we will copy this bunch of code or this bunch of code or script in that JSON editor option, right? Then we will name that policy and we will save that policy. Okay, enough for our scenario. We will, what is the difference? The only difference in both of these script is the only we will attach the delete object option in that script, and we will replace this piece of code with our bucket name here and here as well. In this, including these signs, we will remove this bunch of script and we will paste our bucket name. Okay, a note is that bucket name is the placeholder. Replace it with the actual name of the bucket from which you want to retrieve the log. As I have already told you that why we need bucket, why we create S3 bucket, we are going to save the logs in that bucket, and then we will retrieve the logs using Wazuh from this bucket, and Wazuh will display the logs. Once a policy has been created, there are different methods available to attach it to the user, such as attaching it directly or to a group to which user belongs. Do you understand? We can simply attach that policy to the user. If a user is in any group, then we will attach that policy to that group. Okay, to allow an AWS to execute the VPC integration, it must have the policy like the following tag. We will create another policy, like I have created one policy, VPC policy, and then we will create another policy with this piece of script, and we are going to attach both these policy to the particular user we are going to use. Then what we will do now, it's the Wazuh configuration part. We will go to this configuration file, or we can simply go to the configuration from the Wazuh GUI. We will add this piece of code. We will set timer according to requirement. Or requirement, I want every single log in 1 minute, that I will set that time to 1 minute. Disable no means this script will work. If we edit and replace no with yes, the script will be disabled. Every time any change occur or turn shut down restart, it will scan on every start. Skip on error, if any error occur, it will skip the log, right? Now this is the important part, which type of bucket we are going to attach for retrieving the logs. it, it's a VPC flow logs bucket. Name of that bucket, the AWS profile. What is this AWS profile? We are not going to create the AWS profile, or we can create that AWS profile. What this AWS profile includes or contain, for the integration purpose, we have to create and integrate this profile for the retrieving of logs in Wazuh. Okay, this AWS profile contains secret key and access key for the user we are going to create, or we are going to attach in the AWS console account. By using this, we are going to receive the log in the Wazuh, right? Let me um, show you something. Wait for a minute. Okay, how the access key and secret key looks like. The access key is look like this and the secret key is going to look like this. Okay, these both these keys you can find in the user properties or user configuration. Okay, now the one step I have missed, how you can create an IAM user. Configuring AWS credential, we are going to create a file in on the Wazuh server. Okay, and how we can create an IAM user, we can create a user by going to the services in our Amazon console, click on this IAM user and click on the user, and you can see you are going to define a username and select AWS credential type, access key. Then next step is click on the next permission to continue, confirm user creation and and get credential, right? Okay, from here you can easily get the access key ID and the secret key ID. You can see here. Save the credential. You will use them later to configure the module depending on the service that will be monitored. The user will need a different set of permission. The permission required for each service are explained on the page of each service listed in the supported service. Okay, now how you can, now the step is how you will configure this AWS profile setting in the Wazuh configuration on the or the Wazuh server. You can define profile in at this path and by creating a new text file. Okay, for example, the following credential, like as you can see the default keyword here. If we have more than one access key and secret key, we will define different names as well. If we have only one, we will define this piece of code and we will paste that access key here and secret key here, and we will save this file, right? To use the prod profile in the AWS integration, you will use the following bucket configuration. if we have if we are going to use AWS profile with different name, we will use that different name, right? Okay, this is the scenario how you can create an AWS profile and which parameters you are going to use and create this AWS profile, and how you can use this AWS profile and what is the use of this AWS profile, right? The next step, we are going to restart the Wazuh manager by running this command on Wazuh server, and this is how you can create the Amazon virtual private cloud logs. The logs will start receiving and you can see those logs like the way I am showing you right now. Hope you guys understood this very well. If you face any kind of issue or the confusion, you can comment on my video and you can email and text me anytime. I have provided the detail on my YouTube channel. Stay tuned guys, please like and subscribe my channel and share with your colleagues, friends and students. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Goodbye.